Hello everyone, so I'm going to be doing another makeup video today. I'm going to be opening the Holly's Triple Threat mystery set that I got on one of the TikTok lives. One of the hosts is Holly, and she is doing a triple threat, which is basically where you get 3 of the bigger products. So yeah, and I don't think I've ever purchased any of the bigger products. At least I don't think I have. But yeah, I'm going to show what I got. So I'm just going to open them. So the first big thing I got is a scrub and slather. This is a lip scrub and conditioning duo. Pout polish lip scrub and lip frost lip balm. So that's really cool. A pretty big size, and both of these products are 20 ml or 0.667 fluid ounces. So I'll open these up. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, okay. So it's Pinch Me, Pout Polish Lip Scrub Pinch Me. And is this also Pinch Me? Yes, Pinch Me. So I got Pinch Me, which is a really pretty pink. Oh, it smells very fruity. Ooh, they're very big pots actually, and I think they're big enough to kind of like do this, because one of the things I don't like about most lip scrubs and lip balms is you need to dip your finger in, so it's not the most hygienic. So the fact that these are pretty big, you can kind of just dip in. Ooh, yeah, they smell fruity. You know the kind of fruit, you know whenever you get lip balms and lip glosses in as a child, and they all had that fruity smell? It's like that. Yeah, they kind of smell like that. And this is the lip scrub. It's a very nostalgic smell. I really like it. I'm not going to try these yet, because I want to see what we have in the next few items first. And then I have a bronze pod, a baked luminous bronzer in a secret ingredient. I think this is a good shade for me actually. Ooh. Ooh, the packaging feels very nice. It's a nice suede feeling, and you push this in. Ooh, this is quite nice. This is quite a nice color actually. Ooh, this would probably be a little bit dark for me as a bronzer, but whenever I get bronzers or anything that's not the right, it's too dark, I usually use it as a blush or as something for my eyes. But this is a very pretty product. Lovely texture, and it's a nice warm medium brown with a lot of silver and gold glitter in here. That will look very pretty. I'm gonna try that in a second. I have, what is this? Packing slip. Just a packing slip. And then the last thing is a blush, highlights brightening powder in Sunlight. Ooh. So these, we have Solar, Luster, Blaze, and Ray. That's very, very pretty. So these are brightening powders that you put under the eyes. I'm going to use these more so as blushes and eyeshadows rather than eye brightening products because they are not my shade. Sunlight, I think my shade, I've seen these before. I think mine is more Moonlight for using it for its actual purpose, but I would use these as eyeshadows, in all honesty, because this would make a really pretty eyeshadow look. Actually, I think I might do that. I think I might do that, actually. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my eye. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this as an eye shadow. Okay, cool. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with Solar. So this very warm, very light cream, like a creamy peachy color. I'm not going to prime my lid. I want to see how this looks. Ooh, this is very pretty. I'm going to put this in the outer part of my eye and in the crease, just to help blend everything out. I did go swimming earlier today for the first time in a month. Actually, left my house too for the first time in over a month, and my ankle was okay. I made sure I didn't kick too hard. I didn't put too much stress on my ankle whenever I was walking to and from. And my ankle, I've been home for about 2 hours now, and I haven't felt any pain. So yeah, I think I'm going to just stay home tomorrow, and then Thursday, because Tuesday, I'm gonna go and go for a walk and see how I fare with that. Hopefully I feel okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with Blaze, which is a warmer peach. This is just a straight up peach color. And I'm going to put this in the outer corner and under my eye. Very pretty. They're not really showing up the way I want them to, but they are brightening powders, not necessarily eyeshadows. But I am going to use them as best as I can. That's what it looks like. And then Ray would be really good to kind of like go all over. This is as a light kind of wash of color. I think these would also look good as a as blushes. I'm gonna try this bronzer. This formula, the blush pod formula, feels, well, bronzer pod formula feels so smooth. It's lovely. And I think I'm going to use this as a bronzer. We'll see how this looks as a bronzer, actually. It's very powdery whenever you dip your brush in it, so be careful with that. This is not that bad as a blush. Because bronzers add warmth to the face and then contour adds shadow. So bronzers should always have a warm tone. Contour should always have a cool tone or a gray tone. That way you can create shadows. This is very pretty as a bronzer, actually. Just adds a little bit of a warmth. I like that, actually. If I mix this with a powder just to make it a little bit lighter, this would be very, very pretty. It just adds a little bit of warmth to the face. And then if we put a little bit on the nose, that's very pretty. Yeah, it's very, very pretty. You can really see it on this side. Just adds a little bit of warmth. It's very pretty. I'm not very versed in bronzers and contours because I'm quite pale, so a lot of bronzers are too dark for me and show up too orange, and then a lot of contours show up too orange, and I need a gray toned contour, so most of the time I just don't use any because it's just easier that way, and I don't need to worry about potentially going out and just looking like I have dirt on my face. This doesn't look like I have dirt on. This just looks like I have a bit of warmth to my face, which I really like. Where did my brush go? I literally, oh, there it is. It was under my mirror. But yeah, this doesn't look like I have dirt on my face. It just looks very like nice and warm. It's very nice. And it looks like skin and it blends really well. And it has a lovely texture. So I really like the bronze powder, the bronze pod. It's very, very pretty. The highlights was I'm gonna try these again, but I did, because keep in mind I did not prime my eye. But yeah, as eyeshadows they don't really work that well, but they're not supposed to be used as eyeshadows. They're supposed to be a brightening powder under the eyes, so they're supposed to be somewhat translucent, that way they can just be under the eye. So as an eye product or eyeshadow, the way that I can use these, not the best. So I'm not sure what I can do with this, to be honest, except possibly use these as on top of blushes or something like that, like mix them in that way, or just give this to someone with a warmer complexion. So this is the only product that I can't really see myself maneuvering and using it in a different way, you know. Bronze Pod as a blush is quite nice. Even right here, when I kind of used it as a bronzer, it was nice. On my eye, it was very, very nice as well. It was a nice texture. The glittery the glitter in this doesn't really show up on all that much on the skin. The glitter in the pan is more so in the pan than it is in real life, and it does kick up a lot of powder when you do dip a brush in it, so be very careful with kickback with this product if you were to buy this product. So this, even though it's not in the shade, the shade of bronzer that I would be able to use, I can still use it for something else. This I can't really think and at the moment, because it didn't really work as eyeshadow because it's not eyeshadow. Yes, it's a powder, but it's not eyeshadow. It's a brightening. They're brightening powders. So I can only think about possibly using these maybe on top of blushes to kind of brighten the blush a little bit, or kind of change the tone of the blush, or just giving this to someone that can actually use it, someone else. That way they can use it for what it's intended to. But that's the only downside about getting any mystery bundles, is that you run the risk of either getting colors that may work for your complexion, but you just don't like those colors, or getting colors or products that don't work for your complexion, and then you can either try and, you know, use them as something different. That way you can still use the product and don't waste your, you know, it's not a waste completely, or, you know, passing it to somebody else. So that's the downside about getting these mysteries, but they're still fun. And then the last thing I'm going to try is the pout polish. I didn't use this first because I thought maybe later on it would be like more of a lip product down the line, but nope. So this is the scrub. So we're gonna just use a little bit, and I'll tell you how it feels. It feels good. It smells good. Like I said, it smells like the lip balms that you would get as a kid. You know, the ones that are in the white plastic container, and they're like in a circle, and they're all these different shapes. Like one's a butterfly shape, one's a star shape, one's a heart shape, one's a square, one's a triangle, one's a circle, that sort of thing. And they all have that really sweet fruity smell. It even tastes like it too. This is very the best way I can describe this scent and taste is Y2K children's makeup. You know, Y2K children's makeup. That's what this smells and tastes like. I don't know if you were supposed to lick it off, but obviously it's a lip scrub, so it should be safe to ingest, just in case you do accidentally ingest it, even if you wipe it away. But yeah, that leaves a nice residue on the lips. It's very smooth. I like that. And then a lip frost. Intense lip balm. So I'm just going to apply this straight. This is a lip frost. Very shiny. It's not frosty though. It doesn't have a frost to it. But it's very cooling. Ooh. I'm getting a little bit. That's probably where the frost is coming from, because it's cooling, not because it has a frosty finish. I first thought it was a frosty finish. Oh yes, it's very cooling. It's nice. The lips feel very, very smooth. There aren't any patches missing, like that I've missed. Very nice. But yeah, that's the best way I can describe these two products: the smell and the taste. Y2K children's makeup. You know, or like, you know, the one like the little glitter pots, you'd open the glitter and it just be like this goop glitter. That's what this reminds me of, and they're pretty big too. That way you can just, or heck, you can even, I should have tried doing this with the lip scrub, but I like this is my favorite product from the um little group that I got these two. I would definitely use these, no problem. Part polish. Ah, so there's actually, haha, they actually have it on the side here, rather than me looking at the bottom of the label. Yeah, so them, and then this is lovely. The product feels very, very nice. It's not very shimmery, so the shimmer disappears quite quickly, even though there's shimmer in the pan. Feels lovely. I can see my skin underneath, and even though it's a little bit dark, it doesn't look like dirt, and it looks nice as a blush, so I really like that. And it did apply very nicely as an eyeshadow as well, just a nice warm eyeshadow. So I like this too, but the only thing that I'm a bit disappointed in is this, mainly because I can't really use it the way it's intended, and I can't really use it as something else because it's not eyeshadows. So I can't really use it as an eyeshadow because it is a brightening powder, so obviously the formula would be different. So yeah, this is the only thing that I don't really know what to do with, to try and tweak it to fit my complexion or fit my routine so that I can still use it. That way it wouldn't be complete waste of money, or a complete waste of a product, because I can still use 2 out of the 3 products, so that's fine. It could have been worse. It could have been all 3 that I couldn't use, or 2 out of 3. So 1 out of 3 is not bad. So that is the product. Would I get this bundle again? Yeah. For the price, the fact that you get 3 of the bigger products or 3 of the more expensive products is good. The only thing is you need to keep in mind that you may not get a color that might fit your complexion or a color that you like. So that's the only thing that you need to keep in mind when buying a mystery makeup bundle from anybody. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, that is my video and my impressions on what I got. I'm going to do, I still have a few more Made by Mitchell things to show you, but I'm going to do them in different videos. That way they're a bit more concise, and because they're all individual packages sold, that way it's easier to just watch whichever one. So that way if you're looking on TikTok and you're like, oh, I want this bundle, it's easier to just click on the video rather than having all bundles in one video, and it'll just be way too long and too tedious. So yes, thank you for watching, thank you for following, and I will see you in my next one. Bye everybody.